Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. Bachelor Nation alum Hannah Brown revealed that she accidentally showed her fiancé her wedding dress before the wedding even happened. The Bachelorette alum recently opened up about how she accidentally sent her now husband Adam Woolard a photo of the exact wedding dress she ended up wearing weeks before their July 26 destination wedding in France. I've thrown him off, but it is the first dress that he ever saw, and I can't wait to share that with him because I was freaking out, Brown said to People ahead of her wedding. The dress drama began during Brown's search for a gown. After narrowing her choices down to 2 options in Los Angeles, she decided she still wasn't ready to commit and booked a trip to New York City for more try-ons. Brown stopped by Mark Ingram Atelier while in the city and spotted a Mira Zwillinger gown called Cheyenne that immediately stood out, even though it wasn't what she thought she wanted. It is all these little things that I said it wouldn't be, but when I saw it on the rack, I was like, wow, this is really beautiful, Brown recalled. Brown, who was a guest host on Bachelor in Paradise, explained that she envisioned herself in a bright white lacy dress, but this gown featured cream leaf embroidery and a more romantic silhouette. She decided to try it on with bridal stylist Mindy Friedman-Koff. My mom had not even gotten in the room yet, and I put it on and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I really love this. And I was like, wait, is this my dress? The Bachelor Nation star said. As she left the showroom for her next appointment, she decided to text a photo of the gown to a close friend, but accidentally sent it to Woolard instead. Well, I accidentally sent a picture to Adam. I sent the dress to Adam, she said. I told my mom and all the people helping me at Mark Ingram, I was like, I just sent him the dress. And they all gasped. They were like, oh no, what are we going to do? I was like, I don't know what to do. It was horrible. The reality star revealed he immediately messaged back and he was like, wow, this one got me, with the crying emoji. Thinking quickly, Brown sent Woolard photos of several other dresses she had tried on that day to create confusion. I was just like, just want to show you, having so much fun, this isn't my dress, she added. He's seen so many dresses, he's probably not going to remember this because he's a guy, she said. I feel so confident he's still going to have that reaction to this dress because of just his initial response to it. Following the ceremony, Brown changed into a second look, the Bain dress from Mark Ingram Bride's Spring 2025 Portrait of a Lady collection. The gown featured a corset bodice and floral embroidered tulle layered over French chantilly. For you to see that. Hannah Brown's wedding dress freakout that nearly derailed everything. The accident. There's something sacred about the wedding dress. For Hannah Brown, former Bachelorette, reality TV darling, and soon-to-be Mrs. Adam Woolard, it wasn't just fabric and stitching. It was the moment. The silence before the doors opened, the first breath Adam would take when he saw her at the altar, the wide-eyed, slack-jawed look she hoped would say, I'm the luckiest man in the world. Which is why, when she realized she had accidentally sent a full-length 3-angle collage of her actual wedding dress to Adam, she nearly passed out on the floor of the bridal boutique. Oh my God, she gasped, staring at her phone like it had just stabbed her in the heart. No, 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 no! Wait, what just happened? Her best friend and bridesmaid, Elise, turned toward her, a flute of champagne halfway to her lips. Why are you as pale as a ghost? Hannah's voice cracked as she whispered, I sent the photo to him. Elise blinked. To who? To Adam. The boutique went quiet. Even the bridal stylist, who had just stepped out with a second veil option, paused in the doorway. Hannah's fingers flew across her screen. She yanked up the message thread with Adam and stared in horror. The iMessage had delivered. Read, 2:12 p.m. I didn't mean for him to see the dress, she wailed. The dress. The irony? The dress was perfect. A couture vision from a lesser-known Parisian designer flown in after 3 rounds of fittings and customizations. Lace delicately kissed the neckline and sleeves, the back dipped just low enough to be dramatic, while the train pooled around her feet like silk snow. It was romantic, classic, and totally Hannah. She had tried on 17 dresses across Los Angeles and New York before landing on this one. And now, with one errant swipe and a brainless tap, she had shattered the very tradition she clung to since she was a little girl. Adam had already seen the dress. Seen it. And she didn't even get to see his face. The panic spiral. "I should cancel the wedding," she moaned dramatically, collapsing onto a tufted velvet bench. "What's the point now? We should just elope. In sweatpants. I'll wear a paper bag." Elise rolled her eyes. "Okay, let's take a breath." "I ruined everything!" "No, you just ruined one thing," Elise said calmly. "And technically, it's just the surprise of the dress, not the marriage, not your love story." "But that's the moment. He's supposed to cry and be stunned and—" Honestly, if he doesn't cry just because he saw the dress early, that's a him problem. "But he will fake it now." Then maybe he's just a good actor. Adam responds. Her phone pinged again. Adam. "Oh, wow. Babe, is that the dress?" Then a second message. Adam. "I'm not looking. I swear. I closed it immediately. My eyes are metaphorically washing themselves out with soap. I want to forget it entered my brain. I want you to walk down the aisle and shock me." Hannah. "Too late. The magic is gone. R.I.P. surprise." Adam. "Hey, I promise I didn't stare. And I'm not going to peek again. And I will cry on the day, like embarrassingly, like a rom-com dad." The media storm. Of course, this was Hannah Brown. So naturally, within 48 hours, the story leaked. Bachelorette star Hannah Brown accidentally sends wedding dress pics to fiancé Adam Woolard. Hannah's freak out over wedding dress mishap. Will she get a new gown? Her publicist called her in a frenzy. Stylists started pitching backup dresses. Paparazzi were suddenly loitering outside the boutique, hoping for a glimpse of gown number 2. But the internet, ever the chaotic circus, had already made its decision. #DressGate2025 was trending on TikTok and Instagram. Some fans were outraged on her behalf. Let her have her moment. Adam should have deleted the pics immediately. Others found it hilarious. Me accidentally sending my gym selfie to my boss, same vibes. But the strongest reaction? A bizarre fan-led movement for her to wear a completely different dress just to redeem the surprise. Cold feet, sort of. 2 nights later, Hannah sat on the floor of their living room, wrapped in a giant hoodie and surrounded by half-eaten sushi rolls. Adam plopped beside her, holding a pint of ice cream and 2 spoons. "You haven't even seen the dress," she mumbled, "but the whole world has opinions." "Do you love it?" "I did. I still do. But now everyone has seen it." Adam handed her a spoon. "If I may quote one of your TikToks, who cares what they think?" "I care. I wanted it to be private. I wanted you to have that reaction." Adam leaned closer, gently lifting her chin. "I'm marrying you, Hannah. Not the dress, not the surprise, not the Instagram post. You." Silence. Then she exhaled. "I'm still getting a backup dress." The backup plan. 3 days before the wedding, Hannah had 2 dresses. One, the original, the gorgeous, heartbreakingly beautiful gown that started the crisis. 2, a new design from a local LA designer who had agreed to create something fresh in just 72 hours. It was modern, sleek, and completely different. No lace, no train, minimalist chic. Elise was obsessed. This one says, "I've been on reality TV, survived public breakups, and now I'm slaying down the aisle like a grown woman." But Hannah wasn't sure. "It's beautiful," she admitted, "but it doesn't feel like me." The moment of truth. Wedding day. The sky was a perfect shade of blue. The venue, a dreamy vineyard in Northern California, was filled with wildflowers and laughter. Her bridesmaids buzzed around her with lip gloss and tissues. Her mom held her hands. "Whatever you choose, he's going to love it, because it's you." Hannah stared at the 2 dresses. 1, the original, the one I fell in love with. 2, the modern option, the one nobody's seen. Her stylist hovered with both dresses. Final decision, Hannah. She closed her eyes and chose. The walk. The music began. The guests rose. Adam stood at the altar, hands clasped, eyes fixed on the wooden arch ahead. And then he saw her, in the original dress. His mouth parted, his jaw slackened. Tears? Oh, definitely. She was radiant, breathtaking.
Her eyes met his, and the entire freakout, every meltdown, meme, and backup gown melted away. After the I do. At the reception, Adam pulled her close and whispered, "So, I know I said I barely looked at the photo, but—" "You liar," she laughed, slapping his arm. "I swear, I only glanced. I had no idea how gorgeous it'd be in person." She smirked. Good save. They danced beneath fairy lights. Champagne flowed. Fans online lost their minds over her dress. She later captioned her wedding post. "Yes, he saw it early. Yes, I freaked out. Yes, I still wore it. And yes, I would do it all over again." Epilogue, 1 year later. Hannah's dress is now on display in a Nashville bridal museum. Next to it, a little sign reads, "Worn by Hannah Brown Woolard on her wedding day, August 2025. Accidentally previewed by her groom. Still magical anyway." She and Adam laugh about it now. Sometimes the magic isn't in the surprise, it's in the moment. And in the end, the freakout became part of the story they'll tell for the rest of their lives. Even better, he still cried.